All right, exercise number 1, 2, and 3. More of a memorization thing just to help you memorize your scales, going horizontally instead of just up and down. So, no metronome for this, or the first 3. Just memorize these things and take them one at a time, just like you did the scales. So, until you got exercise 1 memorized, don't do exercise 2. Until you can do exercise 1 and 2, don't do 3. So you just take it one at a time. It doesn't have to be done in the same day. If you can, that's awesome, but, be patient with yourself too. Learning things like this is not always the easiest thing. What was I going to say? Spacing out. Thought I had a thought, now it's gone. Alright, so I'll just demonstrate what it sounds like. If you can, try and pay attention to how you're picking it as well. If you are not sure if you're doing strict alternate picking on this, just stick with downstrokes for right now. But here we go. Hang on, let me see. There's no way you will do 2 downstrokes or 2 upstrokes in a row on this when changing strings, so long as you did a down, up, down to begin with. So this is what I mean. So definitely do alternate picking on this, okay? It just should be safe to do. So the instances in where you have a tendency to do 2 downs or 2 ups. Let's say we were going up instead of down on this. So, like if I was going up here, so I do like a down, up, down, and then I'm going to go to the E string. Well, I just did a downstroke on the B string. So your hand may think, let's just do another downstroke. I'll do it like that. Instead of, I don't know if the camera's picking that up too well. But basically, that's an instance where someone like you would do 2 downstrokes in a row. You get down, up, down, going to the next string up. You might do another downstroke like that. And then you'd actually be fine with strict alternate picking at that point. Well, let's say, what if you did 2 downstrokes in a row? 2 upstrokes in a row. Well, it would have to be something a little different than this. Like if you did 2 picks on a string and then an upstroke, or a string switch, like down, up, and then you switch strings. So something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might be a place where you would have a tendency to do 2 upstrokes. So like a down, up, and then you can just do another upstroke and kind of do a mini sweep there. Down, up, down, up. That might be a place where you would have a tendency to do 2 upstrokes in a row. Instead of down, up, down, up, down. So now that I've said all that, getting to the full point here of how this exercise, the first 3, should be alternate picking safe and economy picking proof. So if you're maintaining a down, up, down, so you just did a downstroke here, well, you can't do another downstroke to get to the next string. You got to do an upstroke. Then down, up. So you did an upstroke here. Well, it would be a lot of wasted motion to go all the way past the string, just do another upstroke after that. So down, up, down, up, down, up. It makes much more sense to just do that downstroke. So your hand will probably do what it's supposed to do anyway, simply because of how these notes are laid out. So, isn't that neat? So, yes, alternate pick exercises 1, 2, and 3. Here is number 2. That was a terrible note. I'm going to do it again. 3. You may find yourself playing a bit faster as you get comfortable with these, and that's fine. So long as it's played accurately, all the notes sound good. Those are the important things here. Okay, so exercise number 4. This is a speed drill with the metronome. So let loose on this. Make big movements if you need to. Make sure all 3 strings are getting hit. I'm always muting with my fret hand here, so I can do much bigger strumming, and I only hear the 3 frets I'm holding down. So make sure, I don't know if we've talked much about that yet, but just make sure that the E, B, and G strings are muted with like your index finger being curved a little bit. Pinky will be muting the G string that you're playing. So as you're strumming really fast on stuff like this, you're probably going to hit adjacent strings, but if you're muting it, you won't hear them. So make sure you're muting well. And if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, let me know, and we'll talk more about that on Monday, or I could try and do a video explaining what the heck that's all about. Okay, here we go. 60 beats a minute. $120. I goofed up. Take 2. $160. One more time just to make sure I played something correct. Alright. 200 next. I wasn't supposed to play the A5 like that at the end. There we go. Okay. On to the next one. So this is the reverse gallop. So basically the count is 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and strum pattern will be down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Here we go. $120. One more time at 120. I think I may have done an extra upstroke when I wasn't supposed to. $160. Why am I repeating? I don't know what. Here we go. Alright, and one more speed at 200. Okay. So this was an exercise to help you get more comfortable with the strict alternate picking. Just you begin with a downstroke and end with a downstroke for each 4 bars. So if you end up finishing with an upstroke, then you know something went off. Something has gone astray. Alright, so here it is at 60. $120. $160. $200. And $240. The last metronome drill for the week. So do the best you can to make every note evenly spaced, so an even 3 notes per beat. If you have any doubts whether you are staying in a triplet or if you're messing up the rhythm of it, go ahead, back off to a point where you know you're doing it right, do it a few times there, and then stop the session for that day, or at least that round. I don't know if you run these twice a day or not, but yeah, just make sure that you know that you're actually doing an evenly spaced triplet. Okay, here it is at 60. $120. $160. $200. And yes, the goal speed is 240. Definitely don't expect yourself to get there in the first week of doing something like this. This is it's a long-term goal, but it'll happen. Okay. Alright, so the last 3 here, just your rhythm work. These are the ones to play like 3 times a day correctly. 3 correct ones a day. Tap your foot when you play, just like you have been doing. Count out the 1, 2, 3, 4 as you're playing to help you stay on track of where the beats are and all that. Just keep the metronome at 60, and I'll count these off in case you'd like to follow along. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Alright, next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, done. You don't have to worry about counting out the last bar for all 4 counts. I had to fill it with something. And a whole note was the easiest way to do it. Alright, last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Okay. Well, I believe that covers everything. Just remember, we talked about last time having you practice actually sitting down with the guitar angled up like a classical player. So if you haven't started doing that, good idea to start doing it. We want to have you in the most optimal playing position while you're practicing this stuff. And then, yeah, basically just want to make it as easy as possible for you to succeed as fast as possible. So if you have questions before next week, let me know. I will see you again Monday.